We're here at Berwick Street Market in Soho. Now I know what Soho is notorious for, but this is a little bit different. This market's been functioning since the 1830s, and as you can see, produces some of the finest colourful produce, ranging from organic fruit and veg to fresh fish, bread, cheeses, whatever you want, you can find it here. It's a quirky little place, if you know what I mean, but furthermore, it's as cheap as chips.
Can I get a weakness, wanna feel less like me? I bet you'll never get...
Have you got a particular artist that is your so-called idol?
I love Bob Marley. I think Bob Marley, yeah, I think Bob Marley is an amazing a man, and I think his music to me was always very inspiring.
Fantastic. He's one of my favourites as well, actually. The legend lives on
Yeah.
in China. I'm going to go a little bit away from your music now, because what I'm dying to ask, and I'm sure a lot of the people watching this is like, how do you keep yourself so fit? You look absolutely fantastic. I mean, I need this backrest because my posture is so appalling, but you were sitting there really straight on, full on. What's the secret?
Well, after I came off touring with Eric Clapton, I had suffered very bad lower back problems, and I started having Alexander lessons.
Hello and welcome to the White House Club in Surrey, which is a naturist club, which is why I am wearing nothing but a towel. Now I'm going to have a go at skinny dipping today, and I'm going to chat to someone who can tell me a little bit of the ins and outs of the White House Club and what sort of people come here. So follow me while I go and have a chat with Nick and find out a little bit more about what it is to be a nudist. Okay, now here's the part where you can win some fantastic goodies. The Fair Trade Foundation and Community Channel are giving away a great pack of fair trade products. All you have to do is answer this simple question. We put together a little selection of goodies to talk about here, and the first one on our list is the infamous Jessica Rabbit. For those of you who are Sex and the City fans, you might remember that Charlotte got herself into a little bit of trouble with this little fellow. But one thing I found out today is that they're made in Japan, and they have to have these little smiley faces on them because they have to represent toys instead of sex objects. So that's a little bit of history for you there. All right, next on our list, whoops, stay still, whoops, lie down, are these golden balls here, okay? Now, they're not a bow tie for your kitty. This is especially good for women who've had babies and you want to tighten your pelvic floor muscles. Pop them inside, clench and squeeze, Bob's your uncle. Once you get used to these a little bit, you can actually graduate to a smaller set, but be careful not to lose them, all right? All right, now, my favourite one out of the whole lot is Jessica's cousin. And the reason I like this is because it bends. It reaches the parts that others can't. And if I switch it on, take a look at that. Watch it go. That is fantastic. I suggest that if you do invest in one of these, keep some batteries spare because you're going to need them. So there is so much to talk about here. I could go on for hours. So what I suggest is that you come down to Shush and Hoxton, check out what's on offer, but give yourself plenty of time because believe me, you're going to need it. I've had fun and I'm sure you will too. After the break, stay with us as Lucy Siegel hits the road to campaign against urban 4x4s. We find out about the most ethically made bicycles on the market and get your diaries ready for the Count Me In calendar. Now, a question I'm dying to ask, I'm sure some of you at home are thinking the same thing. Do people come here and think it's a bit of a wife-swapping environment? You know, do you get people that join that have the wrong perspective of what naturism is all about?
No, I mean, the most frenetic it gets here is when they serve afternoon tea on a Sunday.
Okay.
That's your lot, I'm afraid. So if you're looking for anything more...
It's not happening here,
it's not happening here.
Because I imagine there's a lot of people watching that have probably had the same experiences as myself. It's like you go on holiday, you find a beach, you strip off and you go skinny dipping and it all feels absolutely wonderful. But actually joining an organised club and coming along and just being absolutely naked and free for the day, it's probably quite liberating once you get into the swing of it and lose your inhibitions, I imagine.
It is. That's exactly it, because a lot of people come to a first time skinny dipping on a beach.
Right.
But that is a world apart from being a naturist.
So if you fancy a dip, I suggest you check out the website allthews.whitehouseclub.org.uk. And I have to say, being naked does bring out your competitive streak. Where's Nick? I need a race. So that brings us to the end of the programme. But the question remains, how up to date is the Mayor of London about what people want for London's transport? There's a general consensus from cyclists, commuters and motorists alike that it's just not working. Does a congestion charge ease congestion or create it? How safe are roads for cyclists? And is there adequate access for people with disabilities on London's transport? Travellers still have a lot of questions to ask and a lot to say about Ken Livingstone. As for myself, I've decided to draw my own conclusions on the best way to travel, and that's to walk.